You have a plethora of people completely invested and tuned in to your story collective because they are able to see that you are someone who is rooted in purpose. Baby, I'm talking about they are seeing you as someone who has found what they love to do, and now you are taking inspired and aligned action day after day, brick by brick. Ooh, baby, to assure that you have the capacity to maximize upon the potential that you have been bequeathed, that you have been blessed and bestowed with. You dig what I'm saying, Big Pimpin'? And because of this, that is exactly why there are people who are really trying to adopt and implement certain, practices or ideologies or disciplines that you possess or that you exhibit into their own respective lives. You dig what I'm saying? Taking a page out of your book and as it pertains to their own life, giving it a second look, and you help people come to have this newfound, profound, objective perspective, respectively, about how they see their own life circumstances or how they see how they go about, being immersed or trying. You dig what I'm saying? Their effort, their lack of effort. You dig what I'm saying? People see that maybe they could try a little harder, maybe they could go a little harder, and not as if they have to do what you do, or not as if they have to, have this high volume or high output of product or of content or of just mass productivity. You dig what I'm saying? However, you get people to see where they could do a little better. You dig what I'm saying? Where they could try a little harder. And not because they don't have the capacity to, but some people fail to try hard on their own behalf because they don't want to be seen trying hard by other people. But you just so happen to not really give a fuck about if people see you trying hard or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? Which is why no one can cloud the self perception that you possess, the confidence that you have, ironclad like that you harbor. You dig what I'm saying? And that's actually kind of repulsive to some people, believe you me, because quiet as kept, there are a few people who, no sooner as their consciousness clocks into the simulation for the day, baby, the gears in their head get turning about what the fuck it is that you are doing collective, what it is that you are pursuing, what are you engaged in, and what steps and actions are you taking today to do whatever it is that you're doing or to maximize your potential to, be great at it. And you dig what I'm saying? And rather than hone in and zero in on their own purpose and their own passions, they find themselves very much so casting aspersions towards you, judgment, projections, and things of that nature. You dig what I'm saying? Sneak dissing. But like I said, you are the type of person, shit like that don't bother you, especially because if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. You dig what I'm saying? Furthermore, you already know for sure that you are very much so divinely protected. So it don't really make you no never mind. You are just going to remain immersed in your own world. And that is why you have the greatest motherfucking me luxury and capacity collective of truly being able to invest in your craft and being able to maximize upon the potential that you possess. You dig what I'm saying? And, truly feeling comfortable with the fact that every step you take is the best step to take because of the thought process that you put behind it, because of the passion that you possess for it. You dig what I'm saying? Because of the initiative that you take behind the scenes to assure that once it is time for presentation, once it is time for it to be exhibited, that you will be able to, put it out there in a way that is organic, in a way that is meaningful, in a way that is stamped and approved by you. You dig what I'm saying? And believe you me, collective, those on the outside looking in, my friend, are able to damn well tell that you are on the uptick. You dig what I'm saying? You are on the incline. You are on the up and up. You going up, up, uppity out this motherfucker because of your capacity to maximize upon your potential. You dig what I'm saying? And it's not as if you have to be so masterful at what you're doing that it is undeniable, but you are just so passionate. You are so confident, you are so immersed, and you are so dedicated to what you're doing that it makes it undeniable, therefore affording you the greatest motherfucking me luxury and having people perceive you as somebody who has achieved such self-mastery or who has become a master of their craft Baby, I'm talking about you done put in 10,000 hours out this motherfucker. You been in the lab like a motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? Which is why people respect you so. Which is why people not only admire what you do, but they completely commend the fact that you admire what you do. You dig what I'm saying? Because you already know ain't nobody gonna fuck with what you got going on. Ain't nobody gonna care about what you saying, what you talking about if you don't even care or really give a fuck about what you talking about. You dig what I'm saying? And one thing about you, Collective, is that you really attract in a lot of people who have a lot of mental fortitude and a lot of mental aptitude. And so because you do, they're able to tell with the quickness like it ain't nobody business when certain people are operating out of fraudulence, when they aren't showing up genuine, or when they putting on a facade, a charade. You dig what I'm saying? Faking the funk on some shit. You dig what I'm saying? And because you notice, you dig what I'm saying? And because they definitely show this, you do your due diligence to show up organically, authentically, originally. You dig what I'm saying? And not for fear of how people will see you, but just because you want to make sure that you are representing yourself in the way that you can, in a way that you should. You dig what I'm saying? That isn't dedicated or predicated on how other people believe that you should carry and or conduct yourself. You dig what I'm saying? And because you are so rooted in your purpose, Collective, that is why you have achieved true self-fulfillment, true self-actualization. You dig what I'm saying? And there are a great deal of people who are just cheesing ear to ear, bearing witness as you are coming more into your own and as you are reaping such righteous fruit from the seeds that you have sown. You dig what I'm saying? Well deserved. Take a bow. You dig what I'm saying? However, there are some people who find this shit, like I said, to be very much so repulsive. You dig what I'm saying? Because they find that you are making the most of your circumstances. You seem to be very much so comfortable and happy. You dig what I'm saying? Not satisfied or content, but very comfortable and very happy, very at peace with your circumstances. And you are, you seem to be so ironclad and certain of yourself as it pertains to the things that you want to do in this life, not just purpose, but passions, hobbies, interests, things of that nature, and how you maximize your capacity to be great at them, to be well versed in them, or to, to be able to, exponentially grow within them, within your capacity to complete certain things or to do certain things. You dig what I'm saying? You are reaching new goals, new milestones, new feats in your life right now, Collective. And because of it, people are perceiving you as somebody who has curated their own heaven on earth, baby. And believe you me, those from the outside looking in, my friend, they greatly commend it because they too would like their own little slice of heaven. You dig what I'm saying? Their own little heaven on earth. And they do, and they have it because they have eyes to see and ears to hear, and they are synonymous to you and equally yoked. You dig what I'm saying? In core beliefs and values and things of that nature. And so they absolutely have the bandwidth, the broadwidth to be able to do as much as such in the way that you do, baby boo. But the flip side of that coin is that there are those who possess a hater purpose as opposed to a greater purpose, and they find themselves living in such anguish and such turmoil and such, hellish circumstances brought upon them by themselves. You dig what I'm saying? Or hell, even if they weren't brought upon them by themselves, they have since undergone so many transformations without actually making any progress or without actually healing or learning from any of the things that have transpired in past times. They remain a prisoner of the past, and they have created their own hellish circumstances. And not to invalidate anybody's trauma or anybody's experiences, however, it comes a certain point in time where even if you were dealt a certain hand of cards that was shitty, that was ugly as fuck, you must take responsibility. You must take some type of accountability in why certain things have happened to you. You dig what I'm saying? Or you must be able to find comfort or find resonance, find relation, find the reason as to why certain things have happened and actually why they have served to be very much so purposeful toward their own purpose. You dig what I'm saying? But you already know this for sure. You dig what I'm saying? Which is why, people find you to be somebody who is going the distance. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody who shall shit, somebody who just gonna keep doing what they doing. Fuck, I don't know. Shit, you dig what I'm saying? But I'm just happy for you, Collective, because you're showing a lot of grit out here. God bless you, baby. I love you.